Hello everybody, welcome back to another HP Gaming GameLINK unboxing. Today we're going to be lobbing fireballs at each other and shooting lightning bolts out of our backsides as we unbox the ever-expansive and exciting epic spell wars of the Battle Wizards of Mount Skullsfire, Annihilageddon. Hello folks, welcome back to the table. My name is Matt, and as I mentioned, today we are getting into something that speaks to the teenage boy that resides within me as we play with a game that is probably a little bit inappropriate, which is why I'm unboxing it solo and don't have my junior gamer with me. For those of you who aren't familiar with the epic Spell Wars series, what are you doing? Get out there and have a look. It's not something that appeals just to the teenage boy within me. It appeals to everybody. It's literally ridiculous, silly, and crazy mayhem fun. This epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Annihilageddon is the deck building version of the same game made by Cryptozoic Entertainment, and I believe it plays for 2 to 5 players, 17 plus, and there is a reason for that, as you'll see soon enough. Playtime's 45 minutes to an hour, and it includes a lot of wizards, mayhem, chaos, and puns and jokes that are not suitable for children by any measure. If you've played Epic Spell Wars, you know that you take cards from your hand, craft spells, and launch them at your opponents. And having played games where there's been 6 or 8 of us around the table, it's quite possible for you to not actually have a turn with all the chaos and things and spells flying around the table. But that's okay, because if you die, you get a little dead wizard token, and then you get to draw cards and still play the game even though you're dead. I expect this to be I expect this to be everything like that and more. It's a deck builder, so yay, I'm very excited about that. But I'm talking too much. Let's get into it and see what it's all about. So if I look at, first of all, there's something to be said by the artists for this game. The artwork is very much, before I continue, plastic on the floor. The artwork for this game, and you can see by the box here, is just amazing. There's also the warning symbol here for the content, mature content and profanity, which we love. We love mature content and profanity, and you've just got so much detail just in the box. How would you not want to open this? I mean, you've got a knight here that's shooting flame balls out of her mouth. You've got guys here ladies made of jello. Guys casting green dragon spells everywhere, people sleeping, you've got a leprechaun dude, you've got all sorts of stuff. And on the side of the box, you've got Krastar from one of the original Epic Spell Wars games, which I think is amazing. I'm talking too much. Let's just open her up and have a look, because, I mean, at its core, it's going to be a card game. It has been made by Cryptozoic. The best part about this, it's using their Cerebus engine, which effectively means that it's compatible. Technically, it's compatible with other Cerebus engine games, which means you could effectively combine this with the DC deck building game and have Batman taken on Krastar in just epic insanity, which both scares and intrigues me, I have to say. But that's okay. This is also, from what I understand, the cards in this set are actually compatible with Epic Spell Wars games. So you could effectively take out the cards that, oh my goodness, the cards that are in this set and use them with those other games as well. Artwork, I just don't even need to say anything else. It's amazing. Battle Wizard is emblazoned across his chest in blood. This skull here with wings is vomiting up some acid. It is very much reminiscent of 80s rock comic, rock shirt. I don't even know where to begin with it. The rule book is just insane. Team Stud, we're talking about the rules. There's always, in the Epic Spell Wars series, the rule book always gives a bit of feedback or a bit of a backstory, usually peppered with lots of profanity, as you can see here. Starting cards, different card types, setting up your first game, how to divide the card decks, the lineup's the main deck. So this is very similar to the DC game, the way it's worded. Your main deck, which has the same Cryptozoic back, the lineup cards, you've got weaknesses, You've got what looks like wild magic, which is your kicks from the other game, and then you've got a main deck of villains and wizards that you can attack. So very, very similar to that. And also just, yeah, absolute craziness and it ensues. You've got your health tokens as well, so obviously you generate health to try and eliminate other players. And there is just legendary cards, gold cards, additional rules, oversized wizard cards, familiars that you can use to jump into the fray. And then you've got Mayhem cards, which we'll talk about a bit later on as well. Annihilageddon Arena. The rule book here is just mental, absolutely mental. And it talks about what happens if you're a dead wizard, how you can get back into the game. And then you've got advertising, of course, for the other 4 cores for the epic spell wars of the battle wizards. There are currently 4 available, and that's a whole nother discussion and a whole nother video for another time. Basic turn reference there as well, turn sequence, end of turn, what you have to do, how it all works. So at its core, it is a deck builder, but there are obviously some key epic spell wars differences, which we are very excited about taking to the table. Yes. Now here, one other thing the Epic Spell War series is known for, the very first game had a standee which had no power at all. It was literally a decoration. Here, it actually has some sort of power, an Annihilageddon trophy, which will allow you to effectively, have bragging rights, which I really like. So I'm going to pop that out because yay. The artwork again drills right down into the actual standees themselves. I think it's just, I don't know, there's something about having a giant trophy that's actually there at the table to win. It just makes you want to win all the more and do all the more craziness as well. And of course, those of you that know me will know how much I love deck building games. So the fact that you've got a deck builder that allows you to actually utilize physical 3D elements, even if they are on a punch board, I'm just giddy with excitement, and it's just cool. I love it. When you kill a foe, gain this standee ongoing. At the end of each of your turns, draw an extra card into your new hand and then discard a card. So it actually has purpose and benefits when you actually annihilate somebody from the game. We're just going to pop that over with the rulebook. We'll just pop that there so we can see the standee is in play. And then it looks like we've got here some sort of vault, a Cthulhu element, because, why not? Cthulhu is going to be in play as well. We're going to stand that up too because yay. And you can see there's a lot of dead wizard tokens there as well. So we'll put Riley over here. And Riley has special abilities as well, but I'll let you discover those on your own. You've got life point markers here. That's life point markers, which indicate on the cards where you're at in terms of your level. And of course, dead wizard tokens. Now the dead wizard tokens are a bit more advanced than the dead wizard tokens from the base games of the Epic Spell Wars. They also have different abilities on them here. You respawn from this death with 11 hit points, which could be good or bad depending on what your health points are at the start of the game. We're going to pop out the rest of those on our own. Outside of the video, we're going to have a look at some abilities here. Now these ability cards look like they're special, like golden tickets almost. And of course they have special abilities on them that relate to different abilities. End of turn, draw an extra card for each wizard you fought or gained, or bought or gained during your turn. So you can actually acquire wizards into your deck, which will allow you to do some crazy damage down the track. And then we have all of the cards. Now I like this. I like the fact that you've got, the oversized cards for the heroes and villains that you play as. Amazing. But then you've got all the storage elements. That's one thing that Cryptozoic has done well with the DC game. They've allowed for expansions because obviously I'd imagine they're thinking there's going to be more expansions for this game, or you can put the core elements from Epic Spell Wars at Skullsfire into this as well, along with the dice and everything else that go along with it. We'll go through the cards in a sec, but in fact, let's put these to the side. More space for cards and standees. Very good. Let's go through these first. We'll go through and see what we've got here. We've got all sorts of goodies here. So you can see these cards, basically we have the starter decks and everything else as well. It doesn't look like there's any pull tags on these though, which is not fantastic. But the artwork on these is amazing. Starting deck, Wand, gives you +1 power, and it also gives you an attack. Deal 1 damage to target player. If they die from this damage, draw 2 cards. So there is an incentive to attack and cause damage to your fellow players, which is the whole point of Epic Spell Wars. That's what it's all about. Inappropriatist Garbo. So this is like a Donald Trump orange that is grabbing... Inappropriatist Grabo. Sorry, Grabo, not Garbo. Put the next card you buy on top of your deck. Also gives you +1 power and has victory points. Dragon Horde. Wow. Wow. That is pretty much all that needs to be said about this card. I did warn you. I might have to put a warning on this video. If there wasn't one, please let me know. Sinfection. Wow, these cards are just... I can just imagine playing through this and just giggling the entire time. Furry Fury. Wow. Oh my. Missed me. Oh, good. Okay, yes. Yes, definitely putting a warning at this time. Oh my goodness. Gorgasm. Yes, okay. So there are... A Vomit Comet. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so Wizard Babies. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Annihilageddon. Claim the trophy. Abracalabrador. Oh, that's cool. Draw a card, heal 2 health points. Abracalabrador. That's nice. We like that. Destiny's Child. Oh my goodness. There are going to be so many cards here that are probably going to be ridiculously inappropriate, but that is the sort of content that we are talking about here. For example, there is Deep Shit, which is a very mantra-y treasury card. Wand of Porcus, Sexcalibur, and we'll leave that alone. That's probably... Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we are learning a lot about each other today, aren't we? Let's just get into this one here. The decks do have little tags on them to undo them, but I find that my knife works a lot faster. Plastic goes on the floor, as we all know and love. Let's get into this one. Now, this one has more starting cards in it. It looks like it has glyphs. So the glyphs in the base game, if you match them up, you gain bonuses. Here, the glyphs obviously generate power for you to cast abilities, and they basically just generate your basic resources. And then you've got Fizzle, which has no effects. That's like your vulnerability, I think, in the deck. So you get so many glyphs and so many fizzles. And then you've got your weaknesses. Limp Wand, which gives you -1 points at the end of the game. And then it looks like you have Wild Magic, which gives you either 2 power, or you can play the top card of any foe's deck, which gives you extra power from across the board. Now, the Wild Magic cards in the base game allowed you to have lots of crazy playability, replayability as well, which is awesome. All right, let's have a quick look at the last bits, because it looks like I'm going to be needed very soon. So these look like they are the different creatures that you can accumulate. So the twins, which is very much Red Rum orientated. It allows you to draw 2 extra cards. And then you've got here the What creature? Genital Harpies. The BFG gives you +2. Cthulhu! While you control Cthulhu, you control the Riley Standy. Oh, see, that's cool. So the locations are actually references to other games as well, which is awesome. So you've got Mount Skull's Fire, Castle Tentakill, Murder Shroom Marsh, the Pleasure Palace, Gomart. These are other locations. Annihilageddon Arena, and then you've got Legendaries as well. So these Legendaries replace the villains, I think, from the DC deck building game. And they've obviously got lots of Bloodlord Krastar. So these are all representative of the actual characters you could play as in the base game. Papa Boner. Legendary characters, the Crimson Cosmic Glyph. Oh my goodness. So many, and the artwork on these is just crazy. Dr. Extinction. Then you've got Dungeon Masters. These are familiars that you can use to command as well throughout the course of the game, which is fantastic. Kids, yeah, the Game Overlord. I don't know if we want the kids to be playing this game, to be honest. Goldie, Saint Stinkus, Rainbow Vomiting Clouds, and the Mayhem Cards. Now, each player may discard their hand and draw 2 cards. Each who does not gains a limp wand weakness. So the Mayhem cards obviously have different effects on them. They do attack, deal 6 damage to the strongest player in the game. Mayhem is just absolute insanity. So these attacks and different cards allow for a lot of customization. Deal 5 damage to each player with 10 or more HP. Wow! Wow, if you get that early on in the game, you can do some serious damage and cause trouble and even the playing field. The foe on your left draws 2 cards. Obviously, you can play cards and acquire cards that have defense cards that stop you from suffering any damage, but sometimes the attacks give you benefits of drawing cards, which is very, very cool. All right, there's one thing we need to have a look at, and that is, of course, the actual character bits and pieces here. So we're going to quickly go through this. We'll get these out of their little bag, plastic on the floor. And they've got, as you can see, some amazing artwork on these cards. The Ball of Cthulhu. Wow. Wow, they've really stepped it up. A Joan of Spark. Flamework and everything else as well. Hellish Huffman and his Band of Rage. Wow. Then you've got Snotter, Vicious, wow. Wow. Mr. Lucky and the Charms, McCravey and the Highland Magi's, the Game Overlord, video game dude, Ball of Cthulhu. And on the backs of these, it's got the same artwork, which is just stunning. But you've also got the different level counters as well, so you know what health you're on. Start at 20, obviously you can go above that. And they've all got their own individual style of character, depending on the character you're playing as, which I really, really like. Just amazing. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. One thing I do want to do is get a playthrough done of this because it's just exceptional quality. For what it is inside the box, there is a lot of content here. There is a lot of game. There is a lot of replayability. Adding in dead wizard tokens and things into the game is just incredible. I really want to get a playthrough of this done, or at least a how to play. It might be a bit hard to do a playthrough with the young kids that are out there as well. Look, thank you very much for joining me as I unbox Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Annihilageddon. And we look forward to seeing you back at the table very, very soon. As always, folks, check out our website, hpgamingau.com.au, where you can pick up copies of this one. Check out the Patreon as well and support us if you can. We always appreciate your support. And as I said, we look forward to seeing you back at the table for more gaming experiences very, very soon. Bye for now.